Okay, so I just watched a video that told me about why I should start a YouTube channel. I already have a YouTube channel, but I don't use it very often. I have these grand ideas of things that I want to include on there, but I feel like it has to be perfect before I can do that, and I think that's the wrong approach. So, what I'm going to do is it's all Nancy Drew related. I'm going to document my just stuff. I feel like a lot of my activities and interests tie into Nancy Drew, and I'm just going to force it in there. If it's not 100% on brand, it's not, but I'm the brand. So, what I've recently decided to do is I want to write a novel. When I was in high school, I had a teacher get me interested in National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, which I did, I think, all except 1 year up until 2020. And in 2019, I, for the first time since high school, actually finished 50,000 words, which is usually the goal for NaNoWriMo. But then COVID hit, and I had been writing a zombie novel, and some of the stuff that I touched on and predicted hit a little too close to home with COVID. So now, after all of that, I feel like I can't go back and revisit that because it's too real. And I don't think anybody wants to read that either anymore. So I want to write a mystery. And I grew up reading mysteries. I love Nancy Drew. And I decided that in order for me to follow through and actually do this, I want to sort of keep it in my mind as a Nancy Drew fan fiction. So it's going to be in the future with Nancy and related characters, but I'm not going to hold on to the eternal 18-year-old that Nancy is. I'm going to let her grow up and sort of put my own spin on things. I'm going to write it as like Nancy Drew, but then when I go to do something with it, I'm going to change the names because it really isn't Nancy Drew. That's just sort of how I frame it in my brain so that I can put it down on paper. So I reached out to a friend and set up a weekly accountability partner meetup for us because she's got stuff that she wants to do. I've got stuff I want to do. They're totally unrelated, but to have an hour or two to sit down every single week and have to say, hey, here's what I did or didn't do, I think will be really good for both of us for various reasons. So we're going to do that. We had our first one last Thursday, and that went really well. I used some AI, ChatGPT. I go back and forth, ChatGPT and whatever the Google one is. And I had them sort of help me come up with the elements of my story. I had the idea for the elements, but I didn't quite know what I needed to make sure I was including in the novel, and they really helped me to outline that. So that was super useful to me. The funny thing is, I've done this. I never actually finished the novel. So even though I finished NaNoWriMo, which I'm not going to work with anymore after some of the that they did, I never finished the novel. I just finished the 50,000 words. So with this one, I want to actually finish the novel. And so that's what I'm trying to work towards. It doesn't matter how long it is. As long as it's done, it's cohesive. So we're going to do that. And my hope is that along the way, I'm going to go through and make more videos, do more research, come up with more content, and generally just follow through on stuff that I struggle with. I literally in the past have made a blog. I literally bought the web domain, The Art of Following Through, and then completely forgot about it until a year later when I got an email to renew my ownership of the web address. So if you want to know how good I am at following through on things, case in point. So this is my accountability to myself, to the internet, to my YouTube channel, to my novel, just putting it out into the universe to help me stay on track. So fingers crossed, put the hard work in, and hopefully I'll start putting out a little bit more content as I go through the process too. So toodaloo, Nancy Drew.